Hello and welcome to another episode of the Punt Return Podcast, Week 12, Part 2 of our Thanksgiving coverage here of Week 12. I'm Josh White, as always, joined by Nick Splitter at about 6, 7 a.m. in the morning here, very early on a Sunday. We pushed our Friday podcast time out of the way after a pretty successful Thanksgiving for us with some of the results.
Yeah, it's strange to be doing this 6 a.m. in the morning, but dedication to the cause. But yeah, it was not too bad. Thanksgiving, a couple of games for us.
Yeah, Washington in particular, +3 and the money line, convincing win for them. Moved to first place in the NFC East, and in our head-to-head, I got one back on you with the over lobbing there for us, and then I had a small lean on the over in Houston and Detroit. But I think the biggest takeaway for me from Thanksgiving is, apart from Washington and Antonio Gibson just being on fire, is for the Lions, do you think Matt Patricia survives the season? And I think, we talked a couple of weeks ago about how undesirable the Houston job is. I think it still is somehow desirable just because you could spend decades trying to find a quarterback as good as Deshaun Watson. And I think that's kind of appealing to any sort of offensive-minded head coach.
He is an absolute freak, Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
He is an absolute freak. And you're right. I think any head coach would want a guy like Deshaun Watson. But yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? Is he that good that a coach or a GM would take on that rabble just because of him? I'm sure there would be guys that would say yes, but I'm pretty sure that there would also be guys that would say no.
Yep.
But Matt Patricia, God, I don't know. I don't see any way I don't see any way that he's still there at the end of the season.
Yeah, I think he's $1 to be fired. But the question is when. And yeah, that's going to be interesting. This opponent for the 49ers after a much needed bye is kind of a blessing. So although the Rams are obviously a Super Bowl contending team, they've dropped their last 3 straight to the 49ers. So it's kind of been a little bit of a good matchup here that Shanahan loves playing McVay, recently, and LA's less rested. They're returning home after their 5th East Coast commute this year after a Monday night football game. There you go. Matt Patricia's just been fired. So he didn't even survive the episode. Fantastic. That is perfect that the one time ever in this history that we record at 6 a.m. in the morning, Matthew Edward fucking Patricia gets fired while we podcast.
You should do this more often. It's 7:15. Yeah. It's 7:15 on the East Coast in Australia, and my day's been made already.
I haven't even had a coffee, and there's my caffeine hit. Just hook it to my veins, baby. Finally, let's go.